Welcome to The Culture. We rest at the pulse of the community, providing all things news, music, fashion, events, and everything that we talk about in between. It's a lifestyle. We are The Culture. Hi, and welcome to The Culture. I'm your host, Jessica Garrett-Motkins, and joining me today is none other than the phenomenal.
Oh,
I can't do it. I can't.
you can't do it, girl. I was blushing and gushing.
Oh, you were saying.
No, honey, that's a lot. That's a big footprint to step in.
The phenomenal,
Ooh.
the alluring,
Ah.
the talented,
Ooh.
and beautiful star of the hit show, The Game, Wendy Raquel Robinson. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Jess. This is great. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
We just love you here at The Culture, and we could not wait to catch up with you, especially with all of the wonderful things that you have going on. One thing is for sure, two things are for certain. The Lord has placed his blessings up on your life, Wendy.
Yes, Lord. Thank you for that. Thank you for prophesying and saying that. And yeah, and I do. I give all honor to him because, honey, for the game to be the greatest gift that was ever given other than life and my parents and family, it has truly been a blessing. It's been about 18 years of my life and walking in these shoes of Tasha Mack.
Did you see any of this coming?
Girl, no. Are you kidding me? When I got the show at one of the lowest points in my life, which is very interesting. I had just lost my house in a fire, lost everything I owned, had worked for, and I almost thought I was going to lose my mind. And I had moved back into the house that I grew up in South LA. And it was very interesting, you know, because you work so hard, you know, and you think you want to get your dream home, this, that, and the other. And then my so-called dream home caught on fire, and I had to go back to where it all started. But I think it was going back to those humble beginnings that I was able to tap in and tune in to Tasha Mack. And I auditioned for the role at one of the lowest points, but I guess one of the highest positions of my life when I ended up getting it. And I never saw it. I never saw it happening. And we were canceled after 3 seasons on the CW, thought it was dead. And then there was a campaign. Thank you. Shout out to the fans and to everybody. And Matthew Cherry, who was spearheading that. And we got picked up by BET. And we did another 6 years. And then we thought it was dead. And it got resuscitated yet again. And I think there was like maybe a 3-year hiatus in between that. And here we are now. And it's season 2 of The Game on Paramount Plus. So it's the gift that just keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm.
Listen up, everybody. Whatever you need to do to be at your best, then do it. This is the fight of my life, and I need y'all.
After a league-wide vote, the league is officially on strike.
Malik, how long can the players hold out?
Oh, as long as it takes. The players are united.
Let them play!
Let me prove my loyalty. Loyalty? Oh, so you pledge an allegiance? Yes. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the Queen Boss Bitch of America. I pledge allegiance to the Queen Boss Bitch. Don't mock me. And to the agency which she runs.
To the agency in which she runs.
One Tasha comparable with boldness and flyness. For all.
Amen.
Okay. Erica will brief you. This is my legacy. They'd have to pry it away from my cold, dead hands to take it.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've evolved with your character.
You think?
Dr. Matt. Tell me, how has it been trying to keep up with her storyline? And then give us a little sneak peek of where she is this season.
Wow. So I want to say with each incarnation of the show, you know, when we started at CW, it was a comedy. It was a pow, 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 hey, woo, 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 you know, and it was spicy. It was dicey. It was funny. It was actually some of the best times of my life as well. And then when we got to BET, we went from a 4-camera format to more of a single camera. And it was slightly dramatic. And, everybody was like, it's a different show. I don't know. It's just different, And it was. We had taken out the studio audience that would, be there to laugh and do all of that. But we also added more of a cinematic tone to the show. And so taking out the laugh track and the audience and all of that. So it became, I want to say, a closer look into the world of these characters. And then now on Paramount Plus, they've plussed it completely, in the optics and the production value. It looks rich. It looks like we are actually in the world of these characters, on the field, off the field. And to say how my character has evolved, wow. She's gone from that, straight out of Richmond and, being that single mama by any means necessary. My son is going to be a QB, this, that, and the other, hardcore gangster, to now being able to sit in the boardrooms and, elevate not only her conversation, but what she is talking about and how she represents herself and Black women navigating in a man's world, and more specifically, a white man's world. And being able to hold those conversations. She's still brass and abrasive, but I think she knows how to walk that line so much, because it's a very fine line before, we get in there and we have to, show our little hood side. But she walks that line very finely and she's finessed it. So if there's anything that has changed, is her finessing of all of this. And I'm so proud of it. Yeah.
Let's dig into that finessing. And if you can give us a little bit of what to expect this season. Some of her ups, some of her downs, whatever you can reveal to us.
I'm going to say that this season deals with, she's been a superwoman, a boss chick, all these years. But this season, we're going to see her extract that super, and you're just going to see the woman. You're going to see her frailties. You're going to see her vulnerability. You're going to see her at some of the weakest points of her life. We've never seen Tasha like this. And at the end of season 1, which I can share, she had to pay the colonel everything because she wagered. Look, I'm trying to, because I want y'all got to tune in to see everything. So I want to make sure I hit it right. But she had wagered everything on the team not going on strike. And then Malik decides to go on strike. The league goes on strike. So the colonel, who is the owner of the football team, makes a demand, and she goes through a spiral. But the one thing about a spiral that goes downward, you got to also look at that staircase and remember what goes up must come down. And when you go down, you can always come back up. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see her, weak, you're going to see her meek, and you're going to see her complete.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like it's a lot that it's that, like they say, art imitating life.
Wow. Yeah.
Not specifically, I'm not saying for your life. I'm just saying in the things that are now going on in the world. Mm-hmm. Just being true to who you are and standing up for yourself. It just sounds like there's some realness in this story.
Yeah, it's very real. And then, we tackle, like last year, we tackled mental health. And this year we're tackling physical health. We're tackling substance abuse. We're tackling all those insecurities. I feel like, especially in a post-COVID world where we are right now, the mask is coming off. And it's coming off, metaphorically, and it's coming off physically. And we're really exposing ourselves and showing ourselves. And, everything is not all rose-colored glasses. Mm-hmm. And she's Tasha She's gone through some stuff that I really think Black women and especially are going to identify with.
Mm-hmm.
And having to choose herself. She's always been that superwoman to take care of everything. You know, Malik's got to have this. You know, my client's got to have this. And, you know, I need my jet. I got to have this. I got to have that. And it's like, do you really though?
Mm-hmm.
And at what cost?
Mm-hmm.
At what cost
Mm-hmm.
do you really have to be the boss? At what cost? Ooh, you got to pay the cost if you want to be the boss.
Right.
But can she? Can she?
Now, do you see some things that Tasha Mack is going through that you can identify with? Like just strength, off the strength. You definitely can just identify with Tasha Mack on this.
You know, on the strength, I can identify with her resiliency. I can identify with her. You know, sometimes I gotta laugh to keep from crying. You know, so I entertain my own self. You know what I mean? It's like, woo, chop. I don't laugh at myself to get through this. But there are things I call Tasha, she's my alter ego, because there are things that Tasha, it's like, oh, I could never say that to somebody, you know, and she says it unapologetically. And a lot of times I wish I could be that brazen and that brass and that, but she is the alter ego. And sometimes it's like, I'll get myself into situations like, okay, now what would Tasha do? What would Tasha say? You know, help me get out of this or help me get into this, you know, when I'm navigating through rooms or through things like that. So I do have to tap into my inner Tasha because, you know, Wendy, believe it or not, I am shy unless I know you. Like, this is a real cool conversation because we go way back. You know what I mean?
Right.
But believe it or not, yeah, it does take a minute for me to open up to people. Mm-hmm. But Tasha, no, it's either hot or cold. You know, there's no in between. There's no Luke. Only in the Bible.
Now, Wendy, you've been in the game, not literally, but the game, acting in this world. And by the way, many of these questions that I'm asking you are coming from our team. When they found out that, of course, you were going to be on the show, they submitted questions. And so these are questions that are coming from them. And so this question talks about your 20 years of experience and what keeps you inspired and motivated. Like you discuss these, there are these moments in your life that, you know, they weren't great. No. But what kept you motivated to stay in your industry?
Wow. And thank you for that question. Because actually, thank you for the 20 years, because it's been about 30 plus.
Yeah, more than that. Yeah.
And keeping it 100, I still look for inspiration. You know, this has been a really difficult 2 years. I've had a lot of losses. And I think more importantly, it's seeing this next generation. And I'm not just saying that, but I work with kids, and to see the hope that they bring and to see the light that they bring is infectious for me. And it gives me that little jolt that I need every now and then, you know, to be re-inspired. You know, my mother, thank God she's still on earth with me. And she just sent me a wonderful text yesterday. It was so funny. Because I lost my dad 3 years ago, and she was just like, you know, she was just saying how proud she was of me and just how wonderful it was for him to see me achieve so many of my dreams and things like that. And it's just the little things. I find inspiration with cards. Like this is sitting right in front of me right here. My sister gave me this card about just holding on to dreams. So I surround myself with imagery and cards. And, you know, I listen to my affirmations, you know, I listen to sermons. I receive inspiration through the little things. I've been doing mindfulness walks. So I started doing that in COVID. Well, I'll just walk and put on my YouTube and just listen to, you know, inspirational services. I'll listen to, like I said, my affirmations. I'll listen to how-to videos. I'm always trying to learn something new and just not get stagnant and stuck, and just always be a student because one thing I've learned through teaching is not just about, give, where you can be depleted. And a lot of times I'd be lying if I didn't say, oh my God, I'm empty, and I need to get refueled. And how do you replenish yourself? So I just make sure that I take time out for me and refuel myself, mind, body, and soul. And that's through reading, through God, through prayer, through meditation, through all of that. So I pull from a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Yeah.
Ooh, what a great interview. Let me tell you, we got to stop it right here. We'll come back next week where we'll have more from the phenomenal, the beautiful, the talented, the gifted Wendy Raquel Robinson right here. Come back for part 2 next week.
The Culture is produced and owned by the Culture Media Group and cannot be reproduced or broadcast without written consent. All rights reserved 2021.